Did you know that tomatoes can be toxic? Yes, the humble tomato, which is on the tables of millions of Brazilians every day, hides a secret that few people know. This red fruit? Yes, that's right. The tomato is a fruit, not a vegetable. It contains a substance that, under certain conditions, can be harmful to your health. And most alarming of all, many people are eating tomatoes the wrong way without realizing the risks they're taking. Are you one of them? Stay until the end of this video to discover the truth about this food that seems so innocent, but could be silently affecting your body. The tomato is the fruit of a plant called Solanum. Interesting, isn't it? The original name means fat water navel, which makes a lot of sense when we think about how much water the tomato contains. There are many types of tomatoes around the world. Some are perfect for salads, others for making sauces, juices, or even jams. For each use in the kitchen, there is a specific variety, which helps explain why the tomato is one of the most popular foods in every corner of the planet. Now let's talk about why the tomato is so good for our health. It is a very rich source of nutrients. In a single tomato, you find an impressive amount of essential vitamins and minerals. It contains natural sugars in small amounts, which are healthy for the body, and it's also rich in fiber, which helps the intestines function well. You know that constipation that many of us, especially as we get older, are all too familiar with? Tomatoes help prevent that. In addition, tomatoes contain healthy fats and proteins in small amounts, and they have a lot of water, which helps keep the body hydrated. It's an incredible source of vitamins A, B1, B3, B6, C, K, and E. It also contains important minerals such as magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, and potassium. But the main highlight of the tomato is two special substances, beta-carotene and lycopene. Beta-carotene and lycopene are very effective antioxidants. But what does that mean for our health? Imagine that inside our body there are harmful substances called free radicals. They are naturally produced as our body functions, and they can damage our cells, accelerating aging and contributing to various diseases. Antioxidants work as real protectors that fight these harmful substances, defending our cells. And tomatoes are full of these protectors. This means that tomatoes can help prevent heart diseases by reducing bad cholesterol, the one we call LDL. It can also lower blood pressure and protect against various types of cancer. Our eyes also benefit, since tomatoes help prevent vision problems, especially macular degeneration, which is so common in older people. And it doesn't stop there. Tomatoes can also reduce the risk of dementia, including Alzheimer's disease, as well as decrease inflammation in the body. The vitamin C found in tomatoes improves skin health by helping with collagen production. The kidneys also benefit, thanks to the amount of water that tomatoes contain. When it comes to digestion, tomatoes are great allies, helping to prevent constipation. And to top it off, it strengthens our natural defenses, protecting us against viruses and bacteria, and it also helps with wound healing. As you can see, tomatoes are so good for you that they seem like a home remedy. But like everything in life, you need balance. Now let's get to the important part. Not everyone should consume tomatoes in the same way. There are some cases where consumption should be limited. If you have kidney problems, such as kidney failure, whether acute or chronic, you should be careful with tomato consumption. The high potassium content can overload already compromised kidneys. In this case, the ideal is to consume tomatoes on alternate days and in small amounts. Excess potassium in the blood can be dangerous for the heart, and in more severe cases, can even impair the functioning of the heart. For those who suffer from digestive problems such as gastritis, esophagitis, reflux, or ulcers in the stomach or duodenum, tomatoes can increase acidity and worsen the symptoms. One tip is to eat tomatoes together with foods that neutralize acidity. But if your case is severe, it's better to eat tomatoes in moderation and not every day. And now comes a very important point that few people know about. Tomatoes contain a substance called solanine, which is toxic. In ripe tomatoes, those that are really red, the amount of this substance is small and doesn't cause problems. But in green tomatoes, the concentration is much higher. Our body can eliminate small amounts of solanine, but regular consumption of green tomatoes can lead to an accumulation of this toxin in the body. This can cause physical discomfort, sometimes so mild that we don't even notice it, but it gradually affects our health without us realizing. That's why you should always choose fully ripe tomatoes. There's a popular saying that people with kidney stones shouldn't eat tomatoes. But is that really true? Look, tomatoes contain phosphorus, magnesium, and a little manganese, but there's no scientific evidence that they cause kidney stones. Actually, the mechanisms that form kidney stones are different and are not related to tomato consumption. So, if you have a family history of kidney stones or have had this problem before, you don't need to eliminate tomatoes from your diet for that reason. This is a myth that we need to clarify. After everything we've talked about, I know you might be wondering, how can I eat tomatoes in a healthy way? Well, always choose ripe, bright red tomatoes instead of green ones to avoid consuming solanine. Consume in moderation. It's not necessary to eat tomatoes every day in large quantities. Variety in your diet is more important than consuming a lot of just one food. If you have kidney or digestive problems, talk to your doctor or nutritionist before including tomatoes regularly in your diet. They will be able to guide you on the appropriate amount for your specific case. Remember that a small portion of tomato already brings benefits. You don't need to overdo it to take advantage of its properties. And always combine tomatoes with other foods for better nutritional balance. As you can see, the tomato is truly an amazing fruit. Few foods manage to bring together so many important nutrients in such a balanced proportion. As long as it's consumed in the right way, the tomato can be a great ally for our health. It goes well with almost everything: salads, sauces, soups, sandwiches, and many other recipes. And the best part is, it's an affordable food that we can find all year round in markets and fairs all over Brazil. I hope this information has cleared up your questions about tomatoes. Now you know that tomatoes are a fruit rich in essential nutrients, and their antioxidants help prevent various diseases. You also learned that not everyone should consume tomatoes in the same way, and that green tomatoes contain more solanine, a toxic substance. You found out that the myth that tomatoes cause kidney stones has no scientific basis, and that moderation is always the best way. Remember that each body is unique and reacts differently to foods. Observe how your body responds to tomatoes and adjust your consumption to your individual needs. If you enjoyed this information, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family. After all, knowledge about healthy eating should be shared with everyone. Take care of your health, take care of your diet, and enjoy the benefits that nature offers us, like this wonderful fruit called the tomato. See you in the next video, and remember, small changes in your diet can make a big difference in your quality of life, especially as the years go by. God bless you and see you next time.